Logical thinking and an open mind is critical and key when watching these videos. We talk about metaphysics on this channel, so in case you didn't know, now you know.
Why does it always have to be your way, your way? I tried your way before, don't wanna try it anymore. Why can't you let me do this my way, my way? I'm tired of the ends, for me to all pretend. Past all the time we wasted, I saw the end. This wasn't what you said it would be when I heard the words and they began. Past it all. This wasn't what you said it would be when I. This is getting old, the way that you speak to me. Never could decide how you wanted us to be. I never know when you're speaking sincerely. Why won't you show your intentions towards me? Past all the time we wasted, I saw the end. This wasn't what you said it would be when I heard the words and they began. Past it all. This wasn't what you said it would be when I. When I got there, they didn't even recognize me. But I'm just getting started. My eyes on the target. Nah, nah. You're the better ones, you can't go. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me your loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. They'll be calling me royalty. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
Welcome back to Sirius Inner Temple Spiritual Network. We're taking care of another video today. On what topic, you might ask? Well, it's a little obvious. If you look at the screen in front of you, you will see that we're talking about the half mortal, the half god, the demigod, and the importance on demigods and the real historical truth on these kinds of beings. They are Anunnaki and human mixed. As you can clearly see on the screen, we're talking about beings who are mixed with the DNA of the orcs and our people, the Anunnaki. Because they are mixed breed or half-bred or half-breeds, they have godlike power, but they're limited due to the human genetic that's within. They are truly a different species of higher beings. They are a hybridization program that was thought up by the Archons. The Archons wanted this to happen because they wanted to use the biracial children on the planet against the original carbon dated people we call black today, or your Anunnaki, which can be all forms of Anunnaki from South America, America here, Brazil, Africa, or anywhere else. The carbon dated people on the planet are the true Elohim, or the Anunnaki, children of the Most High, the Creator, which you guys call Anu, Elyon, El. This is the being that is seen in your, what you refer to as your ancient Sumerian tablets. This is the one that was spoken about, the chief sky god. He is your Lord and universal sustainer. The mixed children, the biracial children, you know, when we talk about things like black and white and these different concepts that's here in the United States of America, you know, when you think about black and white, you think about separation, because black and white cannot exist in the same space. Otherwise, it become gray. And this is essentially the mindset that most of the biracial children on the planet have. And the reason why is not only because of what they are, but because of the mindset that's being drilled into them through the television programming, the social media apps, all these social media platforms, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the whatever else, Tumblr, Twitter, all of these promotions of going the wrong way, going against nature, doing this, doing that. It's all being promoted. And because these children, the biracial children, they were born into a world where there's constant racism going on and things of this nature, which is really speciesism. It's not really racism, because we are not the same species as the humans on the planet. They're being told that, you know, the right way to go is in shades of gray, meaning that their mindset is going to be more toward anything goes. And this is why I like to call them gray children. The gray children, yes, because they live in spectrums of gray. Anything goes. A lot of them have problems with identifying with either being so-called black or so-called white. They don't really understand. They usually try to go more with what they see in the mirror, because it's just how they feel. And it's not their fault that they were created, but it's actually the fault of the ignorant parents that brought them here. Because of the ignorance of these parents that brought them here, now this half-breed child is going to struggle in life with their identity. Most of them, not all of them, they're going to struggle with their identity, not knowing that the Anunnaki genetic is more dominant and far more stronger and actually superior to the human genetic. So they're actually more Anunnaki than they are human. And this is why most of them carry traits of Anunnaki people. They're just a lot lighter. You know, they might carry some albinism traits and stuff like this, but overall, the mass majority of them, as you can see on the screen, are of a lighter complexion, but they still look like they have some type of Negroid, so-called quote-unquote Negroid or Anunnaki genetic within the mixture. You can still see it there. It's obvious. You know, some of them may even look Hispanic in a way and stuff like this due to the mixing. Now, here's the thing. We're gonna get into this. Why do you see Clash of the Titans on the screen? Why do you see Hercules and Thor, and then this demigod woman with some kind of like bow and arrow made out of energy? Well, I compiled the listings of movies dealing with demigods, half-bred godchildren who were destined for greatness. One of them, as you can see, is coming from out of the movie, it's called Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. The dude controlling the water around his friends on the screen. looks like a Caucasian man, or a so-called white man, or whatever we want to call it, an orc man, right? Well, believe it or not, we do have, now I want to explain this because I want people to understand. The reason why the orcs, or the human race, the reason why some of them look like the people from our genetic is because of the fact that the Archons, when they were having them created after what Enki did with their genetic, when the Archons created them, they wanted them to infiltrate us, so they gave them the likeness of our albinos. We have albinos in our Anunnaki genetic that look very similar to the Caucasian people on our planet. They look like the enemy, they look like the orcs, but they're not like them. On a spiritual and a genetic level, they come from us. They have Anunnaki abilities. Our albinos, they have Anunnaki abilities, and they're very powerful. But you know, the orcs were made to infiltrate us. So when we saw them, we saw them as friends. We didn't see them as enemies until they started attacking. And in the movie Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, you know, they have an orc man playing as a demigod. Let me get the facts straight right now. A human being cannot be a demigod. That's ridiculous. You have to be half bred with our genetic, first of all. You know, these movies, they always put a white man. The mass majority of the time, they put an orc man up there, because you know it's just the nature of the movie industry. They want to put their faces up there as if they are who they're not. But anyways, they did the same thing with Thor. Thor is supposed to be a brother, by the way. He's supposed to be an Anunnaki. He's supposed to be one of ours. But anyways, in the movie Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief, you saw that this boy had powers, but he was half-breed, and he had his mother that was I believe human, and a father that was a godlike entity. You know, I believe it was Poseidon. That's why he's able to control the waters and stuff like this. And he interbred his genetic into the mother, creating Percy Jackson. You know, the main character of the movie, and he's a half-breed, and he has powers and stuff like this. You know, but you know, he needed the guidance of his father, and many different scenes in the movie. He needed the guidance of his father in spirit to help guide him in the right direction, because he didn't know any better. He's a brand new being. He needed that guidance. Okay, and when you see that in the movie, that is relative to our Anunnaki people, like our men. Even a lot of our women, but a lot of our men going in and mating with the human women on this planet. When you guys do that, or when our women do it with like maybe a white man or something like that, you are creating a brand new species on the planet every single time you guys do that. Okay? Alright? And that's what that's relative of, because we already have abilities inside. I already know a lot of the stuff that I'm capable of. Okay? And a lot of that stuff, it goes beyond what the hell you can perceive inside your mind, for real. Why? Because of how I was created and how a lot of you were created. A lot of you guys are starting to tap in and starting to see what's inside of you, for real. And you're seeing these abilities listed inside of you. You're like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know that this was here. And then now you're able to use it and stuff like this. The humans have very partial psychic abilities due to Enki putting a drop of his blood in the creation. They have very partial psychic abilities, and they're very, very limited, and they're very low energy beings too. That's why they can't take the sun's energy. That's why they can't take, you know, there's a high form of radiation around them. It'll kill them. They're very low energy beings. They're very limited with the psychic abilities that they have. They're very limited. They're Fermi beings. They can't take very high forms of energy around them. It will destroy their bodies. You even hear about spontaneous combustion, right? That don't happen to our people. The more energy that's around us, the more we can absorb it and become a higher being. See, we're absolutely different from them. Now, when you observe things like Clash of the Titans, you see that things like you know, like you see this guy. He's like a demigod, and you know, I believe his name was Perseus, and he was fighting in the movie, and he wanted to reject the character called Perseus from Clash of the Titans. He wanted to reject the godlike part within him. He wanted to just be a regular man. He wanted to reject the Anunnaki, which in realism, it's really the Anunnaki part inside of him. He wanted to reject that and just be a regular human. Some of the mixed people on this planet have that problem. They don't want to be connected to our genetic. They'd rather be connected to the genetic of the humans. Why? All of the programming. You see all these hoods and the projects and stuff like this. Mostly who's going to be living there? So-called black people, right? And guess what? You guys have already been made to look like the most ignorant, the most troublesome, the most potentially dangerous, and all this other stuff. They put all of this in the media and everywhere else, and then the mixed children see that, and they don't want to identify with that. Okay? All right? Who hasn't seen that website, World Star Hip Hop? Where we're made to look like a bunch of fucking ignorant motherfuckers. When they see shit like that, they don't want to be around their godlike genetic. They don't want to be around it because in many situations they're damaged due to all the shit that's happened to us down here. So because they don't want to identify with that part of the genetic, a lot of them, they may be able to, some of them may even be able to pass for a so-called white. They might be able to pass for being more, looking more like the albino human genetic in their parent. Some of them might be able to pass for that. So they'd rather be closer to that than anything else, due to the program. If you look at back in Moorish Spain and stuff like this, you had a group of interbred children, biracial children, who were part of the Franciscan bloodline. They were called the Franciscan bloodline, and those mixed people, they turned on the original Moors, the darker people, the ones that are the original Moors. They actually turned on their own original Anunnaki brethren down here. They turned on them to be with the fake European, I don't know if you want to say counterpart, their orc family bloodline. They turned on the Anunnaki bloodline to be with the human bloodline due to brainwashing and different affairs going on, and different situations and different trade deals that were going on and stuff like this, and different deals. Oh, if you stop backing them, we'll give you this much amount of land and this much gold and this much this and this much that. So the mixed children have always been used in many cases to attack or to turn on the original people, the Aboriginal people, the indigenous people. Not all of them were bad though. You had a lot of them that actually tried to help. People don't even realize this. That guy they call Frederick Douglass, I believe. People don't even realize this. That guy wasn't. people keep saying that this guy Frederick Douglass was African American. Hey man, from the information that I got, he was actually Haitian and European. From somewhere in Europe, he was actually Haitian, and he tried to tell the Haitians to come over to North America and stuff like this, and they told him no because he's a half-breed. They didn't trust him. You can even search this up on Dane Calloway as well. He the information is there. Frederick Douglass he's not even African American, but that's besides the point though. He wanted to help his people, and he was a so-called half-breed. And he wanted it's in the it's what's in the person that matters. He wanted to help his people because there was free land over here in North America up here. There was a lot of free land that wasn't being used, and he wanted to get them over here. He wanted them to trust him so that he could bring them up in here, so that way, they can reestablish and take over the land and make something great out of it. But they didn't listen to him because he was a half-breed, and they just wasn't having it. So, it's crazy. I know. You know, you have movies like Hercules, that man with all that strength. But, you know, he as strong as he is, he does have his limits. As strong as he is, he does have his limits, though. Because of the genetic, the human genetic will limit you. Okay? The human genetic will limit you. You have games like God of War with Kratos, and how he was fighting. He was a demigod, and he was fighting against actual gods, and he defeated them. And it's complete blasphemy. A demigod cannot reach the level of a god. That's impossible. But of course it's for entertainment purposes. It's for entertainment and things like this. He's out there trying to fight Zeus, which is Enki, and he's trying to fight him and defeat him. And it's just like, listen, it's a game, it's entertaining and all this, but don't get it twisted. A demigod could never reach the level of an actual deity. Okay? Like, that's insane. Like, hey man, these orcs will come up with all kinds of bullshit when they're making video games and stuff like or movies and stuff like this, because they just don't know no better, I guess. You have shows like on Netflix called Ragnarok, dealing with Thor and stuff like this. Another demigod in the show, and as you can see, what it comes down to. And then as you see in the movie, Thor, his father was a deity, and the mother was supposed to be a human woman, apparently, from the comics is what I'm seeing. And the point that I'm trying to make is that because you have breeds. Now you're on the planet and you're brand new. You don't have any of the ancient information, dealing with millions and millions and millions of years of dealing with past lives and having all this ancient information stored up within you. You guys are brand new. So when the shift happens, you guys are going to have to prove yourselves which side you want to be on. Okay? We respect the carbon, so you get to your choice which side you want to be on. You better choose wisely, yo. You better choose wisely. Okay? You guys are going to have to prove yourselves. And I'm going to tell you something else. I don't care what anybody tells you, man. I'm going to give it to you straight. You guys are brand new, and you're half orc. Well, you could call it half. Well, it's really less than half because of the fact that our genetic is dominant, and we're not the same thing, and we're just stronger on a genetic level. So, some of you may be considered half, some of you are less. The ones that are like so-called quote-unquote half and half, you guys will be, you want to call it 50-50. You guys will be the strongest of the demigods. You guys will be the strongest of the demigods. The ones that are less than 50-50, man, hey, you guys are going to be a little bit weaker than the ones that, because all of you guys have different amounts of Anunnaki blood stored up within you. You all have different amounts. Some of you are going to be stronger than others. And the ones that are the strongest out of the demigods, some of you can get your wings and become immortal. Yeah. Some of you are real strong and can do that, but just because you can get your wings and become immortal, because the wings they're a sign of power and stuff like this. We'll talk about that later. We've talked about that before. But just because you can become immortal now, that don't mean that you're going to be on a god-like level. It don't mean that you're going to be able to defeat like a seraphim or something like that, or a cherubim. Nah, hell no. Even though you've graduated to a higher level due to pushing your genetic as far as you possibly could, although you did what you did, you're still limited. You're still a demigod. You're still a demigod. You're just the strongest out of the demigods due to having more Anunnaki, having a very large portion of Anunnaki DNA within you. You understand what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And, because of that, like for example, okay, you see like the Hulk. You see that transformation, right? That the character, the Hulk, the green monster screaming and beating, breaking, destroying every damn thing. Well, let's say you had a parent that could transform into that, right? An Anunnaki parent that could transform into that, right? Well, here's the thing. If you're his son or his daughter or whatever, you would only be able to go at least half of that transformation or less if you get gifted with that ability through his genetic. you would be able to only reach 50 or less percentage of that transformation. So yeah, you increase in size and in mass and in strength, but you wouldn't be able to reach what your actual Anunnaki parent can actually do in 100% full power. And the truth is, he might even be able to exceed 100% full power. He might be able to go beyond that by really pushing his genetic, you know, and unlocking something ancient within there. So, see what I'm saying? It's very different. You'll be strong and powerful, but you will not be able to reach the level that your father or your mother can reach, because you have the same ability that they have, but it's been limited due to the human genetic within. See that? See how that works? Okay. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And you know, we talk about, you know, ancient cosmic weapons. Yeah, you know, Mjolnir and stuff like that. You know, yeah, that kind of stuff does exist out there in the other realms. Yes, Thor is real. He does exist, and he's one of ours. Okay, and he does not look like how they showing you. Okay, he does not look like that. Okay, and you know, so I've had certain people that are albino and they are half breeds, and I've had some that are albino and they're fully Anunnaki. You know, I know some people that are like that. Well, the thing is, if you're fully Anunnaki and you're albino, you're going to be really powerful and you're not going to be a demigod. But if you're albino and you're a half breed, and you took your likeness looks more like the orc side of the family, well, yeah, you'll be a demigod. But then, of course, you have others. The mass majority of the mixed children look like half and half. They look like half Anunnaki, half orc, or whatever you want to call it, human. So, you know, usually they're gonna, you know, our physicality is gonna be stronger. So, you know, they look like us, just way lighter and stuff like this. And you know, they're gonna have, you know, they're gonna be half breeds. You know, they're gonna have power. Yeah, they'll definitely have power. You know, and because of the mixing, you guys will be very unique in your own ways, you know, but you're still half mortal. You know, you got to be careful, because some of you guys can really get hurt. And will your energies be able to be recycled? Like, if you die, will you half breeds be able to recycle your energies and come back at some point if you die? I believe so. Because of the and also you guys only have half of a soul energy inside of your inside your what do you call it, your solar plexus area. In your solar plexus area, near where your sacral chakra is at, your soul is supposed to be located it's in that area, man. See, the thing is the soul energy that's within you only gonna have half of that, because you only have half of an Anunnaki parent. Do I believe that there are machines that the Anunnaki have to try to remove the orc genetic within you and try to replace it with carbon? Do I believe that exists? I do believe that exists. If it's possible, some of you may want to try it. I hear that it's extremely painful. But it's worth it in many ways. And I do believe you do get stronger from doing that. You know, also, when you guys are out there and what's done is done, and some of you may want to mate with the original people, I'm just warning y'all. Listen, it's not discrimination. It's just what it is. You guys are half orc. You know, you guys are half human. Okay, or whatever the case may be. A lot of Anunnaki are not going to want to mix in with you due to the fact it's not hatred or anything. It's the fact that your genetic it's been tainted. Your genetic has been, it's dealing with foreign genetic from an enemy species that's been trying to kill us. Okay, a lot of us are not going to be cool with mixing in with you due to that fact. This is why a lot of times half-breed children end up mixing with other half-breed children to keep it pure within their own bloodline, due to the fact that they understand how things are. Now, some of our Anunnaki people may not have a problem with mixing in with you, and because they didn't have a problem mixing in with you, you know nobody's gonna judge you or nothing. But it is not something that is seen as it's not something that is seen as it's not respected in high regards. This is why you guys have to prove yourselves. When you guys prove yourselves and show the rest of your full-blooded brethren that you are down with them, that you are down for the cause, that you understand that you are one of what they truly are. You're mixed down, but you're what they really are, and that you need to understand that the orcs will never accept you. And I keep trying to explain this to the mixed children. The orcs will never accept you, especially when you reach your higher level and you become a higher being. Just being around you, your energy, if you don't suppress your energy when you're around them, you will kill them. That's how powerful your energy is. They cannot take high energies, your auras. You guys seen Dragon Ball Z, right? You see those aura fields? That's radiation, that's radioactive energy coming out of you. Okay? The orcs, they get around that shit. That's like the sun is standing right next to them. They start boiling and bleeding and dying and feeling all kind of pain and shit and dying. They will never be able to accept you. Especially when you get to that level. Because you're not like them. You're going to be so fucking powerful, man. A lot of you are going to be so damn powerful and unique and different in so many different ways. And it's a beautiful thing. But, you know, at the same time, I do believe that the individuals who are mixing their blood down here, the Anunnakis, are people that are mixing their blood down here. You know, Atlanteans, people from South America, anywhere else. The people that are mixing their blood down here, they're going to pay for it. I really do believe they're going to end up having to pay for it. Absolutely. When after judgment, after all that, punishment going to have to be. Because you mixing your blood and you not making no sense and you just doing whatever. And you mixing your blood with the same people that are murking y'all and killing y'all every damn day. And it's being publicized everywhere, on the news and everywhere else. And you keep on trying to be friendly with an enemy. You got to be taught a lesson. Because something's not right with you. Clearly. Okay? Alright? It is what it is. And, you know, some of our people will end up mixing with the mixed people, you know, and it is what it is. You know, they'll be able to create more pure children with higher doses of Anunnaki blood within them, and the human genetic will be lessened due to that mixture. So it's actually helping the species in some way or form of the matter. You know, you have many different types of cosmic weapons out there. It's not just a hammer or a crossbow. You have swords. You know, they showed you guys this in Clash of the Titans. You know, you have different types of swords and stuff like this. Gauntlets, you know, all kinds. You know, they showed you guys this in God of War. All kinds of ancient weapons that's out there that really do exist out there in the fourth dimension and beyond. For real, yeah. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's real, and this is why, you know, mixing is seen as such a negative thing, because it's not supposed to be that way. And the pure bloods that are a part of the Anunnaki genetic, they know the truth. They know it's not supposed to be like that. This is a trick that the Archons created. They wanted our genetic to get run down. They wanted our genetic to get messed up. They hate us so much that they want to see us fall in some kind of way. They even want to see us fall genetically, you know, because they want to tamper with the genetic of the biracial children. They want to mess with that even. These creatures, man, they're these Archons, man. I'm telling you, I got a video dealing with other kinds of Archons coming out. You know, we're gonna be talking about that. You know, you have ancient weapons that some of you demigods will be able to use, and these weapons can amplify your power when using them. You know, it can amplify your power by using them, and that's why you see movies like Thor and stuff like this, or even Clash of the Titans. Yeah, you know, you guys will have power, but you guys will have, you know, armors and weapons and all kinds of cool shit that you guys will see. And once you guys truly see, you know, what our people are truly capable of and what our people really about, you guys will then move toward that direction and understand who the hell y'all are for real. Okay, because this is a plot to destroy our people on a genetic level by creating these half-bred children and then spreading this mentality that anything goes and that there's no order, there's no structure, and you can do whatever the hell you want in society and it don't matter. You're gonna end up messing up the psychology of these children, and they're not gonna be able to think right. There needs to be structure. There needs to be order. There needs to be a so-called black and white. There needs to be a line. There needs to be, you need to know that there's a certain line that you can't cross. Okay? Because even with white people, you see this white man, he don't accept this white woman when she go out and date brothers and stuff like that. When she want to go date black men, if he know about it, he ain't taking her back. He ain't taking her back. I do the same thing. If I'm a black man and I see this so-called black woman want to date a white man, listen, I ain't accepting you back. I ain't taking you back. That shit's nasty to me. I ain't taking you back. For what? A lot of times the white man sees that shit as treachery. He sees it as some type of traitor type shit. Well, we need to start looking at that shit the same way. Because it shouldn't be acceptable, man. It shouldn't be acceptable. Real talk. Real talk. Structure and order is what the hell we need out here. And we need to respect the structure. We need to respect the order. Okay? The Lord made things a certain way and we need to keep it that way. But with all of the bullshit programming in the media and all this other shit, they fuck up the psychology of your mind. This white man is so crazy that he knows that he's a homosexual and that he's crazy. So the first thing that he want to do, because his genetic is all fucked up, he can't think right. The first thing he want to do is start pumping atrazine, that chemical called atrazine, in the water supply. He want to put all kinds of estrogen and testosterone and all these pills that they give you in the pharmaceutical companies or in the clinics and stuff like this or in the pharmacies. And then you got these kids being born with all kinds of estrogen imbalances inside of them. They think that they want to be a woman now. These little girls have all this testosterone in them. Or they have a testosterone imbalance inside of them because of all the pills their mother been taking and stuff like this. Now they want to be like a guy or something. This I'm telling you, man, this freaking devil is running around and just destroying everything we hold dear out here. And he's destroying the minds of our people. He's destroying everything. Good riddance to this damn system. Good riddance, man. This nigga is crazy and unbalanced and needs to be destroyed. Real talk, I don't care how you feel about this video. I don't care. You better get down with, or you gonna either get down with the program or you gonna lay down. Real talk. Real talk, man. Real talk. This is ridiculous, man. Okay? Alright? It is what it is. We need to respect the order and the structure of it. Because if we don't push that there is a certain way things go, everything's gonna go to hell. Because then there's nothing makes sense no more. I see why Anu behaves the way he behaves. He wants people to either strengthen the carbon, but don't destroy it. I see why he thinks the way he thinks. He is not okay with other species mixing with other species. He's not okay with it. He's not okay with it. He's permitted it in certain situations due to different circumstances, but it's not like he liked it. It's not like he really wanted it. It's not like, because you have different species within our Anunnaki genetic, and yes, it is what it is. He had to permit it in some form of fashion due to different agreements and circumstances. But even he knows that it's not right, and he doesn't permit it. He goes against it because he knows it's wrong. The cosmos made us to be pure and Anunnaki genetic. That's how she made us to be. Why destroy that? Why? Why destroy what's already great that's been bestowed upon us? Why destroy it? Why not strengthen it? Why not make it better? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's not no hate. It's just what it is. The human race was placed here to cause us. Everybody wants to get emotional about something, and I'm saying, why not you use your mind for once? Okay? This is what's going on with the demigods. It's gonna take some time for people to warm up to you because you're brand new. They don't know you like that. You need to introduce yourself and let them know, you're here and stuff like that. And you're gonna be given a chance to show who the hell you are and what side you're taking. Okay? All right? Make sure you choose wisely. Okay? All right? And I know that a lot of the half-breed children, you know, they don't want to turn on their own, on their so-called own mothers or fathers who may be human, who may be of the orc genetic. But this is what I say. The orc genetic has already been judged. They don't have a future. You either understand that you're actually Anunnaki, that's why you are a radioactive being. It's either you understand that, or you go down with the orcs because you can't understand common sense. The energy's affecting you in a positive way, it's affecting the orcs in a negative way. So then y'all obviously must not be the same thing. When the energy hits, when the plasma radiation hits and the photon energy and all this other stuff. When that stuff hits, and it's affecting you in a positive way and you're getting stronger from it and your parent is actually dying from it, you might as well just accept the facts for what it is. You understand? Okay? We're going to accept you with open arms, but you need to prove yourself to us. You need to prove yourself. When you prove yourself enough times, we're going to look at you as one of us now. Because we respect the carbon that's within you. We respect that. And that's why we give you the chance to show us what's within you. Because we know that you belong to us. We know that. Okay? Alright? They just want to push all this confusion out here. Alright? Alright? We need to understand what's what out here. We need to understand. Some of you half-breed children have the nuclear DNA of the Anunnaki within you. Some of you have the mitochondrial DNA aspect within you of the black woman within you. It all depends on which parent was an orc and which one wasn't, you know. But you know, it is what it is, and you've seen that in various different like movies and stuff like this. The demigods, you know, a lot of times they struggle with the identity of the Anunnaki part within them, and that's relative of you guys trying to understand the other side of what's within you and why it's being discriminated towards. And a lot of times it may hurt you because you don't understand, you don't fully understand that genetic coding that's within you, and you don't understand why it is that this person that gave you this part of the genetic, why they're being ridiculed and attacked in society. And you may feel terrible about it and be like, well, but why am I half of this? And the person that's fully that, why are they being attacked? Now you know why. It's because they're a different entity on the planet. Not everybody's human. You got to understand, this black man, woman, and child, they're being persecuted and attacked in all angles because they are not a part of the human genetic. They are not made with animal DNA. Okay? They do not have ogre DNA within. They do not have all these different parts that Enki put inside of the genetic. Okay? That's why their hair looks a certain way. You can't see no animals in nature that have that kind of hair type. There is no creature in nature that has carbon for skin, which is condensed sunlight, by the way. That's what carbon is. Okay? So they have sunlight skin. They have skin that has condensed sunlight in it. So they're elemental. They're elemental people. Why do you think they're the strongest genetically in all of sports? Why do you think that is? See? It makes all the sense in the world. Okay? The truth needs to come out, and it is what it is. This is what it is. You are part of our genetic, and once you see the greatness of what's what, you're gonna fully understand why things are the way that they are. And of course, I'm sorry that y'all have to go through what y'all got to go through. It must be rough being different, and then, you know, having to go through life not really being able to fully accept both halves because you don't fully understand what the hell's going on and why one side hates the other side and one side don't want to deal with the other. You know, it must be rough. Some of you guys have parents that may be racist and stuff like grandparents that may be racist and never want to look and want to lay eyes on you. And that's difficult. You know? But this is the nature of what's going on. You know? And I wish you guys the best, man. I wish you guys the best, you know? I really do, you know? We ain't got no hate for y'all up in here, man. We got nothing but love for y'all, man. Y'all part of our genetic, and we want to see y'all shine. That's what we want. We want to see the best for y'all, man. It's not y'all fault that y'all parents did what they did. That's not your fault. They just didn't know no better. It's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. I just want everybody to fully understand what I'm saying over here. Okay, the parents, they gotta pay because they did something against what the structure of order of the cosmos. They did something that goes against the order, and like there needs to be order. There needs to be. You have to understand, without order, without law, without structure, without nothing will make sense. It'll just be pure chaos everywhere. Nothing will make sense. It's just no good. So understand, this is why we call y'all the gray children, because from the very start, the gray mentality will be bestowed upon you because you guys, well, I mean, shit, you see yourselves as both, so you know, you don't fully, you can't fully tap into the orc side because, well, a lot of them are not going to accept you for being half and half, and then you go on the so-called black side and they already know that you're half and half and shit, and they're more accepting of you, but you might have some that might be a little uneasy, or feel a little bit uneasy about the fact that you're half and half or whatever, and they might be like this person's not, and then some people might say that you're not black or that you're not white or you're not, but at the end of the day, it's all about confusion. You see, I'm not even lying. It's all about confusion out here, and this is why, the title has, is written "Gray Children" or whatever the case may be, dealing with demigods and stuff like this. But this is what it is, and once y'all figure out who y'all are on a genetic level, once y'all understand why you're here and what happened, yes, your creation was a mistake. Yes, it was. But this is the thing. But this is the beautiful side about it, though. Although it was a mistake, now that you're here, what are you going to do with that? Yes, it was a mistake. Two very ignorant people got together because they were just too much in love with each other, or wanted to be with each other, or whatever the case may be, or they were really into each other and they did what they did. Yes, that's what happened. But now that you're here and you've been bestowed upon with God-like power, what are you going to do with that? What are you going to use it for? Think about that. Because this is the reality of what's going to happen to a lot of you. Are you going to use it to make things right? Are you going to use it to put balance in the universe? Are you going to use it to protect other species that are being attacked by fucking archons and other ones that are out there that want to destroy every damn thing? Are you going to try to become like the heroes in the comic books that you guys used to read all the time? Or are you going to keep on trying to defend the unbalanced beings that are out here that just want to destroy everything? It's your choice. It's your choice. All right? Just choose wisely, please. I'm begging you. Choose wisely. Now, because of the fact that you guys are going to have cosmic weapons and all kinds of other stuff, you guys are going to see other kinds of worlds and all kinds of dimensional realms and stuff like this. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a grand time when you guys realize what's going on. All of this confusion and chaos in this country and everywhere else has got to end. Got a lot of so-called mixed people in the UK that watch my channel and stuff like that. They love the channel. They understand what I'm telling them. They have an understanding, a deeper understanding of what's going on. I try to keep in contact with those kind of people. There's some damn good people. There's some damn good people over there. I got people watching all over the place. I'm just trying to teach people what the hell's going on, because I am worried about our people. At the end of the day, that's why I made the channel. It's all love here. I'm just trying to put out some decent information, trying to help out those that may not understand what exactly is going on and whatnot, and excuse me, and it is what it is, tell me what you guys think. And yeah, this is what it is. Also, because of the fact that at the same time, because of the fact that what's gonna happen down here, there will be, because of the fact that when the shift happens, the ones the ones that are like myself, that have pure blood inside of them, they have the full Anunnaki genetic bestowed upon them. When we shift, we're gonna turn into our higher selves, because our higher selves is really our future selves, and we're gonna get downloaded with all of the ancient information that's bestowed upon us and know who the hell we are. The mixed ones now, the ones that are, so-called quote-unquote half-breeds or whatever, they will not fully know who they are yet. That's a process that they're gonna have to figure out throughout their existing period. And once they know who the hell, because of the fact that because the way things are, they're gonna have a little bit of difficulty. The mixed breed children are gonna have a little bit of difficulty trying to figure out who they are, why they're here, and this and that. They're gonna have a little bit of difficulty with that. It's gonna be a challenge for you guys now. It's gonna be a challenge for you guys. Also, another thing, for you ones that's brand new, the biracial children and stuff like this, you guys are gonna also have to learn how to use your abilities, because you guys are brand new. You don't have past life memories of using your abilities and mastering your abilities and mastering self. You guys don't have that. So you guys are going to have to learn from scratch. It's going to be a very fun experience for you guys. But it'll also be pretty scary, because of the fact that the human race is going to be getting judged and being, I'm sure you know what's going to happen in the human race. We talked about this. It's going to scare the shit out of a lot of y'all, but some of you guys are already down with the mindset of the original people. Some of you guys are already down with that mindset, and I'm starting to see that more and more now. And some of you guys are still confused somewhat. So, hey, it's going to be a challenge for you guys, but I'm sure you'll get there with time. You're going to notice that the Anunnaki that have the full genetic within them, they're pure in the blood stock. They're pure in the stock, of the blood. You're gonna notice that they can do more than you can, but that's just natural, because they're the full thing. You're gonna have many messengers that are gonna be allotted and assigned to try to help you with, you discovering what it is that you can do and stuff like this. Okay, so it's good for you guys to know. It's very good for you guys to know. And some other things, some other information, because because of what you guys are, you may even have some abilities that are unique to you. You may even have some abilities that are unique to you, and you guys are gonna have to figure out how to use that. And yes, there are other mixed bred species that are out there that you guys will have a lot in common with, because they're half and half of whatever it is that they're half and half of. You guys will have that in common. And you're gonna have a lot of the ones that are related to you guys and are genetic, that are gonna want to befriend you and want to be your friend, because they want to get to know you. You're brand new. It's just as exciting for them as it is for you. Maybe it's a little bit more exciting for you than it is for them, but and some of you guys will be very powerful and be able to do much greatness. You guys will have many great experiences doing what you're doing. And just so you guys know, we are the Galactic Guardians. We are the ones that's supposed to be going out in space and protecting what needs to be protected. So when the time comes, you guys will also be given the right to do the same. You will have to go out there and go fight certain wars and stuff like this, because you have negative entities running around in the fourth dimension, attacking other planets and just doing all kinds of wrong and stuff like this. This is how deep this stuff is, people. You know, you see that movie Hercules and stuff like this. You know, they were looking at him like he was God or something like that. But it was proven even in the movie that, although he was a very strong individual, he had power, he can still be hurt. He can still be hurt because he's half and half. Now with your new dimensional fourth and fifth and sixth dimensional bodies that you guys will have, because you guys are going to shift too, your bodies will be somewhat a lot weaker than the original people's bodies. Like, you guys will be able to take a serious beating. You guys can get hit with bullets and still survive. But like, certain types of damage is gonna be like, certain things will be able to damage you easier than the rest of us, because you're half and half. I mean, these are things that you guys need to know. These are things that you guys need to know. And of course, your abilities are like a muscle. The more you practice and use your abilities, the stronger the abilities are gonna get, and the stronger your ability to be in tune with that ability, the stronger that's gonna get, because you're tapping in to yourself and using this ability. It is going to become strengthened by you constantly using it. So, these are some of the things that I wanted to say on this particular video, and yeah, this is a little bit of the truths dealing with the rise of the demigods, because this is what it is. And they've been making movies about you guys for years, and a lot of you probably didn't even know. A lot of you biracial people probably watching this shit right now, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't even know all this. They talking about you. All these movies, they talking about you. Yep, they're talking about you. So, tell me what you guys think, okay? Like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Sirius Center Temple. It's your boy, Sirius at Sirius Center Temple, Spiritual Network. And we're out on this one. Alright, and there's a whole lot of other types of information that can be said about this stuff, but I'm gonna leave it there because I'm thinking this video is kind of long now, and I don't want the video to go on forever, and yeah, it's gonna be great in the end. Alright, I'm getting out of here. Let me know what you guys think. And if you know anybody who may be, quote unquote, half and half, biracial, whatever the case may be, send them this video. I would love to see what they think. Whether it's positive or negative, it's fine either way, because these are the facts and they cannot be refuted. So, alright, with that being said, it's your boy Sirius, and I'm out. Sirius out.